What is going on? It is the OCPD coach, Shannon Williams. I am the person who wants to help you improve your relationship with progress in your life. And I also love to talk about ADHD and OCPD, seeing as I deal with both of those, and I try to help people manage those because they are going to be stuck with you for the rest of your life. So you might as well learn how you can make the best of it, right? Long story short, we're going to talk a little bit about Adderall real quick, about medication, and I'm going to just tell you about the medication I'm on and some of the positive side effects. I might even talk a little bit about the negative, but I made a different video for that. So right now, just so you know, I am taking amphetamine salts, 20 milligrams tablets of generic Adderall, and I get to take these 2 times a day. I stay here. I cycle them so I don't take them every single day. I don't have to take 2 every single day. They're as needed. But when I'm low on energy or just need that spark, or I have a lot of time and I know that I can be really productive, that's typically when you'll see me take them. What I want to tell you, though, is about these positive side effects because these things, for me, worked. And I'm putting a disclaimer again on this video. Make sure they work for you. Don't if you know you have substance abuse issues, these can be very dangerous because they make you feel really good, they make you feel really productive. And you want to make sure you're making the best decisions for your future and not putting yourself in a bad situation by exposing yourself to stuff that can put you in a bad situation. So consult with your professionals. But I would tell you, for me, not being someone who's never been on drugs, never been a drinker, never been a smoker, smoked weed, vaping, none of that stuff. To me, I was a low risk candidate to try Adderall, and I will say that it worked for me. It definitely worked. And I'm going to talk real quick about the positive side effects. I will say the one that I did not realize would really be as important as it was is this. They make you really social. And I know that probably sounds random because I don't know if you associate your ADHD with being antisocial or not social. You probably think you are really social and talk a lot, but it made me really, really social to the point where every time I take it, I have to call people to talk. I literally have to talk my Adderall out. Where my son, if he comes down and he keeps talking, it'll go really fast. But I start having the urge to call folks that I have not talked to in a while, or I just say, man, I need to talk to somebody. So a lot of times that's when you would see me randomly stream because I would take my Adderall and I'm like, I need to talk. I need to talk to somebody. And it's a positive thing depending on what environment you're in. I know I used to be at church, and at church we had to talk to a lot of folks. And if I did not take my Adderall, it was a completely different version of me because my conversational skills would be horrible. They would be trash because I just did not want to talk. And I could feel the difference when I would be on my Adderall. I would say, man, I want to talk. How are you doing? What's going on in your life? Explain, and it would be a whole different thing. It's night and day. So that's one thing. Number 2, it gives you energy. It's probably a more obvious one, right? Obviously, people know that Adderall keeps you up, gives you energy. But it gives you energy fast. The ones I take, the instant release, I take my Adderall, and it seems like as soon as I swallow the pill, I have enough energy to do whatever I'm doing. And it could be something that I don't want to do or have the energy to do, such as pressure washing my house or washing my truck. I could be sitting there with no desire to do it. And as soon as I take my Adderall, I'm like, all right, let's get it done. Knock it out. So it gives you energy. It keeps you up. So that's the downside of it, is that it will keep you up. In my other video, I talk about these blueberries. I recommend them. If you take Adderall and you're having issues sleeping, drink these 3 or 4 hours before you're ready to go to bed, and they will have you out like a light. Like a light. Hey. Next thing, I was so whack. I'm so tired. This is the next thing. They, for me, get me inspired. And this is something I really was happy about because it's a structured inspiration that I get. I'm very creative and I have a lot of ideas, but I tend to jump from idea to idea in my head when I'm not on my Adderall, and then I get less inspired because I say, man, if I can't do what I had in mind, why even think about it? Well, when I'm on the Adderall, I actually think about my ideas in a clearer way, and I think about how things connect. I can see the entire picture, and I get inspired to flesh the idea out more. I will start typing up things about the idea, start working with people, and this is another thing. I have a delegation issue for my OCPD. This weirdly enough makes it easier for you to spend money. So this could be a bad thing also for you if you overspend. But for me, there will be things that I won't pull the trigger on, such as a new camera. I didn't want to buy a new camera because I'm like, all right, this one does the job. But ironically, it's glitching today, so I'm glad I did buy one. But when I was on my Adderall, I said, no, this is an expense you need to do, and if you don't do it now, you won't do it. So do it. And it was as simple as that. That's exactly what happened when I was on the Adderall. So I don't know how that works with the inspiration, but it motivates you to get things done. And I got a lot of projects done around my house. I did this wall, so I do home improvement stuff just for fun. I remodeled my bathroom. It was sitting for 3 to 6 months unfinished, and as soon as I got on that Adderall, I finished the whole thing. Remodeled upstairs, did our whole floor on every single stair for all 3 floors of our home. Just everything that I was putting off when I got on my Adderall, it became so easy for me to do. So the inspiration is key. Move on to the next one. Next one I have in here is this. I lost what I put. What did I put? Oh, I wrote in the moment, but I wrote moment so small I couldn't even read that's what it said. But it makes you present in the moment. And this is one of the biggest things for me that really made me happy. My son, my 4-year-old, loves to spend time with me, loves to talk, loves to go for walks, loves to play. And for me, I always had so much stuff in my head that I'm trying to focus on that I never could see. I couldn't just be there and do that with him without thinking about other stuff. Well, this allows me to really be intentional with that time. I can sit in the moment, talk to my son, ask him questions, get his feedback, pick his brain, show him love, be social, get things done that he wants to do because he loves to just have activities or says, Daddy, can we play with the action figures? Can we go outside for 15, 30 minutes to play? Little stuff like that. I think being intentional is one of the biggest wins because with ADHD, we are everywhere but in the moment, typically. Everywhere but in the moment. We aren't in the conversation. We aren't in the task. We just aren't in the moment. So with ADHD and Adderall, the Adderall I've been on, I can say that it helps me be in the moment. Before I wrap this up, though, I do want to say this. Everybody is going to have a different reaction to whatever medication they take. And it is very important that you take breaks. If you are on Adderall of any type or medication of any type that requires you to take breaks if you start thinking that you need a higher dose. Before you try to get the higher dose, take a week off. Then if that doesn't work, take a week and a half off, take 2 weeks off. You don't want to have to be hooked on this stuff every day because the side effects start to wear. When I took this for a whole week, it didn't have the same exact effect. I wasn't as motivated. I wasn't as energetic. And honestly, it just seemed as if I was more irritable because I had an expectation that they would work the way they worked a week prior. So I started taking breaks as soon as I got on these. I take at least 2 days. I only stay on for 2 days at a time. So I take 2 days on, at least a day off. And sometimes I can go up to a week off if I absolutely want to. But it's definitely something that you have to be cautious. You have to be careful. You have to make sure you're taking care of yourself and taking care of the people that love you and the people that are around you. All right. So with that being said, if you like this video, if it's helpful, if you have any questions, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can stay updated anytime I go live, anytime I talk about stuff like this. And also, I do go live 4 times a week, Saturdays, Sundays, Thursdays. And I want you to check the schedule on the YouTube account because I always have them coming soon. And you can figure out whatever the cadence is at this point in time. All right. So I want y'all to keep fighting for your life. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.